is going on, guys? And the fuck was that?
College Eats.
Hey, what is going on, guys? And welcome back to another episode of College Eats. And I hope you guys all had a fantastic Christmas break and New Year's from what you can remember. But unfortunately, those two have come to an end and we're back on the school grind. But over the Christmas break, one of my buddies said, "Hey, Eamon, why don't you just try out and do some hash browns? You know, I love them. And, you know, I love hash browns too." So I said, let's do a hash brown episode, right? So I went out and I bought myself yellow potato. This cost me $1. It's a pretty cheap breakfast, right? $1. But for the 0.05% of you who are actually going to try and make this, I'll throw a couple extra options in for you guys to add a little bit more flavor and, you know, just have a great breakfast overall. So sit back, relax, and enjoy, and let's start cooking with this oddly shaped potato. So, got my potato here. It's laying flat like this on the board. It's kind of wobbly, so what we can do to make it a little more safe is we can just cut a little bit off the end there, and now it stands up straight. And we are all having fun so far. So, I'm going to get rid of the ends there. We can throw those guys out. And now, we're going to cut these guys into small kind of strips. You know, the smaller the hash brown, the quicker it cooks, right? So, about equal size. If you just want to tuck it back in there and hold it, you can see how big it actually is. And then, you know, you can compare your hash brown size. So I'm just going to do that all the way along my potato. Oh boy. Alright, so now we have, you know, our cuts here. Our strips. Take about 3 at a time. If you feel confident with your knife skills, you can do a few more. So I got them all lined up as so meow, and now we're going to cut lengthwise into, you know, little strips, right? So again, watch your sizing here. So look, that's about the size I have them. You probably want them all about that size. Cut them into nice strippy strips. Alright, so now you see we have all of our strips here. Pretty easy right now, so take what we have, take our knife in our hand, and we're going to try and line them up as best as we can. You know, they're not going to be perfect, but, you know, that's the best part about hash browns. They're not all similar, unless you get those stupid frozen crappy ones. One of my friends, she loves those. So then we're going to just line them up, and we're just going to cut across. Going to make little cubes of hash brown deliciousness. I've got some cold water beside here. I'm just going to put them in there, and instantly you will see the starch come out of the potatoes. That's a good thing. They'll get nice and crisp there. Alrighty, so here is one of our second options. So we're just going to take a little bit of onion here. So we've got this onion here. We're going to try and want to make it as small as possible. So you can see our core there. We're going to flip around. We don't want that stuff. So what we're going to do with our knife is we're going to peel along and making little strips. Take your time with this. It's not a rush. You don't have to impress anyone in your house. So we got that. We're going to clutch it back together. And we're going to go about the middle of the onion. Take your time with this. If you're a little scared, you're crying in your boots. And we're going to cut into it. Like so. Clutch it back together. And now we're going to do, I don't even know if this is focused or not, but we're just going to cut down on it. And as you can see, we have tiny, beautiful onion. Alright, so I just strained off my potatoes in my strainer, and we're going to want to dry them off as, you know, as much as we can. So however you feel like drying something, you can do it your own way. You don't have to copy me. But, you know, if you put wet potatoes into a hot pan, you're going to get no color on them. And that means your hash browns are going to suck. So I've had my pan heating up for about medium high for about, you know, 2-3 minutes, and I'm just going to add some oil. Your oil is going to expand. It's going to double in size, so, you know, don't add too much right away. You definitely want a super hot pan before you put these in, because you want the crunch factor. You want the factor of crunch to test to see if your pan is hot. You can drop one in. Look at that. Oh, it's skating. So we're going to drop them in. Important not to, oh. You know, see, I still have some left. I don't want to overcrowd my pan, because then they will become soggy and not crispy. Try and spread them all out so they're all touching the surface of the pan. And we're just going to let those guys chill for about, you know, I'm going to say 3 minutes. I'll let you know the time exactly when we get there. Alright, so it's been about 2.5 minutes, I'd say, around 2 minutes. I flipped him over to check and see if he was crunchified, but we're going to do the whole batch here now. See, look at that. Would you just look at that? that doesn't spell out deliciousness. I don't know what does. And going back to my 0.05 users that are actually going to try and make this, we had our onion, and we can just add our onion straight in now once we have our first level of crunchifiedness going on, and we're just going to incorporate that. I'm just going to let them go for another minute and a half, soften those onions up, and cook the potato all the way through. But if you're a flavored boss and you like a lot of flavor, here's my last tip to you guys. Got about a half tablespoon of butter, and I have a crushed whole clove of garlic. Just kind of let it chill there for about 20-30 seconds. So I'm going to take my garlic out and then just coat my potatoes in that butter garlic awesomeness. Towards the end, a little bit more salt. And some black pepper, of course, to finish her off. That's just one large potato. I didn't even use the whole potato either. For my friend, he likes ketchup, so I'm going to add ketchup. Also for my friend, he likes a lot of ketchup, so I'm going to add a little bit more ketchup. In his name, because this is a breakfast that he would want to eat. And there you go, guys. Easy hash browns, under 10 minutes, under $1.50. You can't go wrong. Alright guys, so thanks for tuning in to this week's episode. Hope some of you guys try it out. It's super easy. And for the 0.05 you guys who do try it out, make sure you test your hash browns before you start eating them. Some of you might cut them a little bit bigger, a little bit smaller than mine. I went up my size and my cooking times. But anyways, next episode, guys, is going to be doing sausage and rice, another favorite of one of my friends. That's his go-to meal, so I figured I'd show him a correct way how to cook it. So I will see you next week, guys. Hope you have a good week, and peace out.